And good afternoon, good morning. It's still morning time here in the west side of Phoenix, Goodyear, Arizona here. Welcome to this morning's broadcast. Dr. Joe Blake here with the Actionable Financial Literacy Center, Blake Media Company. I hope you're having a wonderful, wonderful day. It is 85 degrees here in Phoenix, in Goodyear rather. The morning is just beginning, and want to welcome you to today's broadcast. I tell you, Matt, over here, I was going to start. I love my Ravens. You notice they're my team. It's always a pleasure being able to share the word with you about financial literacy. And today's lesson is more of somewhat of a review of some of the things I've shared so far this year, and also to just give you some insight to what's happening. As a reminder, remember Mastermind May on May 18th. That's where we're going to have our initial mastermind class. Going to show you about what you're looking at as far as if you're looking at things into a certain company, how to find it, how to look at it, how to evaluate what you're going to do with those the funds that you set aside to pick a company. And then we're going to identify that and seeing what's the best place to put it, and and then we evaluate that. We're going to take that in the first part of this mastermind, and then in September we're going to have the second part of the mastermind and evaluate what was done in May. So great class, great information. I taught this at the college level, so I'm just going to break it down some more for everyday level, so we can get an understanding of how to deal with being in the market and being a true marketeer of what's going on out there in the economy. So it's all learning, all understanding, all growth. Been 30 years as an investment advisor, so I'm able to see those things. And being from the inner city, I can make it break it down, so it makes it easy for everyone to understand. So May 18th, that's our mastermind May, and it's gonna be fun. It's ain't no use of learning without having some fun into it as well. Uh, you'll be glad you came. Go to my website, accidentalfinancialliteracy.com. You can register for the Mastermind May. There's a fee for that. You'll see that there, and there's also you can register for one in September as well. Um, you gotta earn to learn. So that's gotta how it works. All right. So let's kind of move forward now. And mindful money management. That's the title for today. Mindful money management. So there's 10 essential tips to it. Like I mentioned, some of this will be a part of a review, but at the same time, some interesting stuff with it as well. So let's get going. All right. So what are we looking at there? Budgeting keys to financial wellness. Define your main thing is define an effective spending pattern for financial growth. All right, so there are 10 mastering mindsets to be revealed. First one, spending pattern. Spending pattern. Notice that people like to define it like a budget, but budget is just meaning taking money and putting it in proverbial buckets. Spending patterns identify how you spend your money. Part of my research when I did for my doctoral degree, it shared that people don't operate from a budget. They operate from how they spend money. So you got to understand your expenses and track your spending carefully for success. How you spend it, and if you want to read more about this identifying the spending pattern and also identify between the budget and spending, you can read my first book, Actual Financial Literacy, and it defines more of it there. But you got to define what your spending pattern is, because if you don't know if you're spending, most like I said, most of the spending pattern, because that's how you roll. When your money comes in, you spend on X, A, B, C, and D, and then you tend to save or invest. But you got to understand your spending pattern. And give you a quick example. If you were to receive $100,000 right now, what would you do with it? Right. See, you spent it first. And even if you did say save, you didn't give a percentage of how much you would save. So you're just spending it. Yeah. If you're budgeting, you would say 10% here, 20% there, 30% there. So that's when you budget. But if you didn't give a percentage or a direct amount or someplace else, you're using the spending pattern. Small, maybe it's inconsequential, but it's still the difference between the budgeting and the spending. If you give specifics, then you operate off of a budget. If you just give general, that's a spending pattern. That's just a simplified way of gathering that information. All right. Secondly, debt management strategies. Debt is basically taking future money and bringing it to current use, because you're borrowing something that's not really there. That's just someone's given to you and bring it into future use. You have to minimize your debt usage. Minimize that, because it's not really yours, because it's out there in the future somebody's letting you use. And when you bring it up currently, oh man, you can on a minimum on a credit card. You put $3,000 down on the credit card, or you borrow 3,000, and you just paid the minimum payment. It can take about 39 years for you to pay that thing off. Credit card debt, there's like 4 or 5 different ways the interest rates is calculated, and you don't really realize it because most folks don't read their credit card statements. They just get it and pay it, get it and pay it. But there's different ways. There's an overdraft fee. There's a over limit fee. There's if you get cash off your credit card, it's a different fee. But there's like like I said, 6 different ways they charge the interest rates on your credit card. And most Americans don't know that because we don't read our credit card statement. So to be mindful of what's there as far as debt management systems, and you want to get yourself out of debt. But getting yourself out of debt is just one aspect of having that financial picture put in place. Once you're out of debt, you got to start building wealth. They don't need to be out of debt. Oh, I'm debt free. I'm debt free. Okay, how much do you have in your investment account, your retirement account, your what do you have? So you got to have specific goals set up. After that, set clear financial goals, prioritize your savings towards those goals so you can reach it. So in the future, you won't have to use current money, borrowed money to achieve those things because you already have it set up. So you can actually do these things at the same time. You don't have to wait. Like, oh, I'm going to get out of it. As you're getting yourself out of debt, you set some funds aside for your future. You can do it at the same time. How do I know? That's how I do it. That's how I've been doing it over the 30 years. Got a good little chunk over here, paying down things over there. One thing I ain't paying down, my house. That house is a house. It takes time to pay the house off. That's how it is. Large payments like that take time. Take time to pay those off. Just accumulate wealth at the same time. I retired when I was 54. Right, 4 years ago. 54. Retired. Retirement is not an age thing, it's a money thing. You got enough money resources to retire that replaces your income, you can roll. That's how it works out. All right, goal setting. Another aspect of it is having a side hustle. Now that's a term that people borrow, but it's really from the hood. Oh, side hustle. So that's earning money on the side from your main gig. Really, that's doing something. You got your main stick at work, doing your main job and everything. On the side, you got something that you're doing. That has been around for forever. And in the world I come from, you always have something on the side as you always did. So you at work doing your thing, but there's something on the side. And sometimes what you do on the side at some point becomes so big that you end up leaving your main gig, and that becomes your business. Some of the things that you can have as a part time thing or your passion uh, that becomes your full time, your full fledged job. Um, I've done while I was working a job as a firefighter. That's how I started in finance. It's kind of funny. Finance and fire. How do they relate? They help people. They help people. That's the main thing. Both of those careers help people. Now, firefighting, you pretty much saying, "Hey, come over here, you and your buddies. Yeah, yeah, come over." So you want me to come over? Finance is like same thing. You want me to come to? Hey, my finances are on fire, man. Get over here and help me out. So both cases kind of like that. So now the finance side ended up being my main gig because I got hurt in firefighting. Got hearing aids right here, so it's kind of hard. I mean, so that it happened that way. Sometimes your passion becomes your full time. So there's something that you do on the side. It could be hair. You're doing you cut hair. Some guys in the military they cut hair, and the next thing you know, when they get out, they start a barbershop. See that a lot. Um, sometimes people, when I was a kid, they stole frozen cups outside of the house. At the next thing you know, they have a store built next to their home. So those are side hustle things are like your passion or your part-time thing that you do eventually comes into something big. So you want to have something like that going because you never know when the economy flips and they no longer want what you have, it changes. All right, investment strategy. So when you invest or put money aside, the investment is putting current money away for future use. So you're taking current money right now and you're putting it away for future use. That's where I thought that goes along with the goal setting. So if you get yourself out of debt, you want to take the money that you have currently, putting it away for the future. You got to have that. You got to seek a professional out to help you with that. You can do it on your own, but you may not do as great a deal, a greater uh, impact, influence, without someone that's professional, that's been down or been through it, that can help you out with understanding where you are today, where you want to be in the future, and then how to get there. Because a professional will know what depends. What that professional has been through it a while. Like I've been doing it for 30 years. I have seen some stuff in the market. I've seen the market go up, down, and way up, and why it does that, how it recovers, when it recovers. Now, no one has a crystal ball. No one got a crystal ball to say, yeah, I can see. And if they do tell you they have a crystal ball, they pull you from the left. But there's things that happen on a cycle systematically, and it happens. You see it. After 30 years, I have seen it. I know cycles. Things happen on a cycle. It's on a regular, but you got to see it. But that strategy that you have helps you monitor the market trends, adjust to the market trends as they go along, or not just that product, but you have to have a system in place, systematic way of investing to adjust to the market trends as they go. All right, the other one, money is a tool. You got to understand that money is a tool. Where's my little deal? Here you go. All right. These are different forms of money right here. You got there's the Saudi dollar, there's the British pound with the queen on there, Saudi dollar, euro, and a food stamp. Way back in the day, the food stamps were actually dollars and stuff like that. That's way back. Those are different forms of money. So money is only what society says money is. Now, money now is not even really a dollar. It's exchange of currency over your phone, man. You can do it through an app. You can do it on a computer. Is so money is what society says money is. The only value that money has is what we give it. So money is not a feeling and not an emotion. It's just what we give it. When you understand what money is as a tool, then you can go to work on your money rather than your money. You working for that money. So you can work on the money growing. You can work on money expanding, and there's not really money. You want to work on the wealth, creating the wealth, creating the ideas, creating the thoughts that create more wealth in your life. Because money, again, as I mentioned, is a tool, and you can read more about that as well in the book series, Financial Literacy and Financial Legacy. That's on the website. That's scrolling at the bottom of the screen. All right, so we got 6 of the tips. Woo-wee! 6 tips. Take a deep breath. Take a stretch. I'm alive. I'm awake, and I feel great. Okay, stretch it out. I know I'm going kind of fast, but I gotta get it to you there. All right. So we had tip 6. Here's tip number 7. All right. 4 windows of success. Now, I mentioned this part of a review. So the four windows of success. Those are 4 basic funds that you need to have in place, and those 4 funds in place before you do any, what I would say, outside investing. You need to have a short-term fund. You need to have a long-term fund. You need to have what I refer to, if you're single, as an I Love Me fund, but if you're married, it's a We Love Us fund. And then there's a fund. So the short-term fund is 3 to 6 months of your income set aside. So if you lose a job, change a job, or you need to make a major purchase for the house, you have the funds for that. Long-term fund is for if you pay your homeowner's insurance, renter's insurance, car insurance. If you pay it annually, it's more cost effective. So you set those funds aside, and possibly the interest on that money pays for those things at a long period of time, over a length of time. Now your I Love Me fund is for things that you may love to do. I use my I Love Me fund for my I call it it's my Best Buy fund. So I like going to Best Buy. So I put funds in there. So when it's time to me to go to Best Buy, that's what I do. My wife uses that fund for her Hobby Lobby fund. So when it's time for her to get things to go to Hobby Lobby, that's what she's doing it for. And then the fund, the last one, the fund, that's the retirement fund. Because by the time you retire, you use that fund, and it's retirement, but it's also for um, to have fun with your spouse, have fun with your future, your retirement. When you get to retirement, it's not retire. You're gonna have fun with it. You want to be able to do things. One thing my wife and I we like to do, at least on an annual basis, we like to go somewhere. We like to travel someplace different we haven't been at least once a year. We do our best to do it once a year. Well, we have been doing it once a year just to see the world, see someplace. Like this year, we're going to England, see my son, my youngest boy. He lives over there, so we're going over there to see him in August. So that fun fund, that retirement fund, that's what it's for, to go see someplace. When you retire, it's not you don't want to sit back and go, oh, I was made. Well, no, you don't want that. You want to be able to go out there and go for it. You know, one year we went to Italy. Man, we went down to Rome, and you know how you do a Fitbit and tell you steps. Man, I had 90,000 steps walking around in Rome. Man, I was I felt that. All right. So those four windows, you have those four windows in place first before you do any outside investments with stocks, individual stocks, things like that. Have those four windows in place first. If you're trying to go before the four windows out there, you're gambling because you're trying to make up for lost time. You get the foundation down first. All right. Next, see a licensed professional. We mentioned that earlier, but someone that's licensed, someone has credibility, someone has a sense of uh, wanting to help you win. And that's what I'm talking about, the how philosophy. What is the how philosophy? If you missed my last week's class, I talked about helping others win philosophy. So your financial professional should be in the habit of helping you win. That professional needs to help you win first, because when you win, they win. So they have to be sold out to helping you become financially independent, sold out to helping your family become financially uh, wealthy in the future. Because when they're sold out to helping you, then that's going to help them win as well. So they have to understand what you want, how you want to be as a client, where you want to go as a client, because when they help you, they win. So seek that professional that has that inside them, that desires to help you as a client, you as a family become financially successful. Then there's educate yourself. You as a client, you as an individual, need to continually educate yourself. It's a continuous effort to make yourself and to get yourself educated. It's in a seminar, plug into a podcast like Actionable Financial Literacy here, the On Point Podcast. Each week I bring information that's going to help you. Plug into the mastermind that I'm going to have in May, on May 18th. And we're going to have the follow up again in September. Plug into that. Pick up my book series. Those are just fantastic. It's a three series book. It's Financial Literacy, Financial Legacy, and then we're going to have another one that's come out. There's other folks that are out there that are doing things. To find someone that speaks to you, so you can hear that information, because you want to get that knowledge and information, so you can make an informed decision. You make that decision based on your own efforts, your own knowledge, your own wisdom. You get the information so you, as a client, can make your own informed decision, the choices about your future. So continually educate yourself. Continuous education is the main thing. All right. And then you want to be able to review and adjust. So as you get this knowledge, wisdom, you want to be able to review and adjust. So you want to review and adjust. Review and adjust. And what are you reviewing and adjusting for? You want to review your financial situation and adjust your strategies as needed. So when you review and what would make you review and adjust your financial objectives? One, if you're single and you get married, or you get married and you become single again. If you um, have you got one kid and you have two kids, or you have two kids and you have three kids, that makes a and you need to make an adjustment. Two kids, having three kids is a different story. If you move, you live in Maryland, but now you're going to be living in Arkansas, make an adjustment. You move from Arkansas to Arizona, make an adjustment. Things like that cause you to your plans to change. You buy one house, but you buy a second house. Those are time to review and adjust your plan as you go along because you need to understand that uh, life gets better as you go forward. It should be getting better, so you can make those adjustments to your financial future and your financial plan. So all those things you want to happen and continue for your family continues to happen. So uh, that's the process of mastering these money mindsets, and those are the 10 top ways to do it. So mastering money mindfully is important. So you want to invest in knowledge, spend intentionally, save diligently, and watch your wealth grow. Those are the main things you're going to do. Watch your wealth grow, and it's systematically accumulated over time. It's not one minute, one and done. You're sitting there and you're watching the stocks for a period. You're trying to get rich overnight. Getting rich overnight is not the process. That's just a one. That's an event. Wealth is accumulated systematically over time. I'm not into the get rich quick, be done in one and done. Getting here 3 months and you get $10,000. No, because you got to systematically accumulate. As you accumulated, you wanted to stay around from this generation to the next generation to the next. I'm not into the let's do this and be done in 30 days. No, not me. No, 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 no. I want you to accumulate it and be able to pass it on to your children, to your children's children. So if you're looking for a quick fix, nope, it's not the brother. It's not my role. I'm not into that. I want to show you how to get it, keep it, give it, keep it, and give it to the next generation. So it's systematically accumulated over time. I show you how to get it, keep it, and continue on for one generation to the next. All right. So spend wisely and plan for tomorrow. Main claim to fame. So we talked about setting clear goals, understanding your cash flow, identify the spending pattern, talking about emergency funds, avoiding unnecessary debt, and investing wisely. So that's a summary of all some of the things that we talked about, having a mindful money mastery. And that's it. Those are the 10 success tips. If you have any questions, you can always send them in to me. You can text them to me. You can go to my website and put the information in there. I always recommend that you like and subscribe. Here we go. Like and subscribe to the channel. That will help us get more folks to be here, more folks to understand what we have to offer here. So please like and subscribe to the channel. And I hope that everyone gained something from today's podcast. Hope you enjoyed what was shared. You can get that's the first book that we have here available. Hope you gained something to learn something from today's podcast. And look forward to seeing you next week. Same bat channel. Oh, not bat channel. Same finance channel. It has been Dr. Joe Blake. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend and a wonderful financial one.